In this video, we will be talking about Retain. Retain is an academic success platform that we use very frequently to book and schedule all of your academic related appointments with us. So you'll be able to view your class schedule as well as any appointments made with your learning specialist and or advisor, as well as requesting and looking at your tutoring schedule. So to log into Retain, you will go to uw.retain.io and you're going to log in using your UW-Net ID. It should take you through the dual factor authentication process. And once you're logged in, this will be your home screen. So you'll see that you can see all of your enrolled classes for the current quarter should be listed here. On the left-hand side, there is some tabs that we will talk through. And then on the right-hand side is how you will book and or request appointments. So let's first talk about how to schedule an appointment with your advisor. So if you need to meet with your advisor for any reason, you can simply request an appointment through Retain. Your advisor should be listed here. And then you can select schedule with your advisor. A little calendar should pop up. You will click on the day that you would like to meet with your advisor first. If they have availability that day, a list of times that they are available will pop up, and you can simply click on the time that works best for you and then schedule that appointment. If you want to book or if you would like to schedule or request a tutoring appointment, tutoring requests are due about 3 weeks before the quarter starts. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we get closer. But if you would like to request a tutoring session, you can click on Request Appointment. This will pop up, and then appointment type, you'll click Tutoring. You will choose the class in which you would like tutoring for, and then you can select the frequency, so 1 or 2 times per week, and hit submit. Your request will go to a queue and somebody will evaluate your request, and if it is scheduled, you'll be able to view that on your calendar once it has been scheduled and once you're matched with a tutor. To view your schedule, you can click on My Schedule on the left-hand side. We will go back so that we can see some appointments. Here we go. So you will notice that we do go ahead and enter your practice times into Retain. Practice times are probably not going to be super accurate on here because we do add time before and after your scheduled practice in order to account for some buffer time, so that just to make sure that we don't accidentally schedule any academic appointments over your practice time. So your practice block on Retain will look a lot longer than what your actual practice time is. And if your practice time is fluctuating on a weekly basis or changes on a day-to-day, that will not be reflected in Retain, so do just keep that in mind. Practice on Retain is really more for us, for staff, when we're booking appointments, and not necessarily super accurate for you and your team. But practice times generally are put onto your Retain calendar, as you can see there. During an actual quarter, you will also see your class schedule will populate on here. So what time you have class will also show up on your Retain calendar. And then any appointments that you book, you have with your learning specialist or advisor will show up, as well as your tutoring schedule. So you can hover over, so this is a tutoring appointment. If you hover over that appointment, the appointment details will pop up, including the time, location, what course it's for, and then who your tutor is with will all show up there. You could also click on, if it is a Zoom session, so if your appointment is going to be hosted on Zoom, it will have a little camera icon. You can click on this appointment and the link will pop up and take you directly to that Zoom room with your tutor. That is the very fast version of what Retain is. We will spend more time talking about this in your first quarter here at UW, as well as in advising appointments and with your learning specialist. We can break this down further and go through this in more depth. But for now, if you would like to log in and play around with the system, that would be fantastic. If you have any questions, feel free to come and ask an advisor once you're on campus.